What if changing just one blouse could make you look 10 years younger? It sounds simple, yet color has a magic that many of us forget as we step into our 60s. Our hair turns silver, our skin softens, and suddenly the colors that once lit us up can leave us looking tired. Have you noticed that favorite top from years ago no longer feels right? It is not your fault. It is simply a signal that your palette is ready to evolve. The good news is that with the right 7 shades, you can bring back radiance, highlight your best features, and feel more vibrant than ever. In this video, I will show you those shades, with real examples and styling tips you can start using today. Stay with me until the end, because I will share one surprising secret about color that even stylists rarely mention, and it could transform the way you see your wardrobe. If you enjoy content that uplifts women at this beautiful stage of life, please subscribe and share in the comments which colors make you feel most alive. The changes in our bodies and the power of color as we age. As we move into our 60s and beyond, something subtle yet powerful happens to our appearance. Our skin begins to lose some of its natural rosiness. Our hair often turns silver or white, and the overall contrast in our faces becomes softer. This is not a bad thing, but it does mean that the colors we once loved in our 30s or 40s may no longer flatter us in the same way. Have you ever put on a blouse you adored years ago, only to find that it suddenly makes you look tired? That is not your imagination. It is biology. From a psychological point of view, many women believe that bright or lively colors are too young for them. I used to think the same. I remember standing in front of my closet at 65, avoiding a beautiful pink scarf because I felt it might look childish. One day I decided to wear it anyway, and the compliments poured in. Friends told me I looked fresh, even radiant. That was the moment I realized color can lift not just your face but also your confidence. The right shades reflect light back onto your skin, brighten your eyes, and give your features a gentle lift. On the other hand, the wrong colors can exaggerate lines and shadows. It is not about hiding age, but about choosing colors that let your natural beauty shine. So let me ask you, when was the last time you tried on a new shade outside your comfort zone? Sometimes the smallest change can spark the biggest transformation. And once we understand this connection between aging and color, it opens the door to something truly exciting. 1. Emerald green, luxury, energy, and timeless elegance. When we talk about colors that truly transform the way women over 60 look and feel, emerald green always comes to mind. It is not just another jewel tone, it is a statement of vitality and sophistication. Emerald has the unique ability to enhance contrast, which is especially important when our hair turns silver and our skin loses some of its natural brightness. Instead of washing us out, this shade seems to bring life back to our features. From a psychological perspective, green is associated with renewal, energy, and balance. In fact, a recent color psychology survey in 2024 found that participants over the age of 60 reported feeling more vibrant and optimistic when wearing jewel-toned greens compared to muted earth tones. Isn't it fascinating how a simple color choice can have such an impact on both our appearance and our mindset? Now let's talk styling. Imagine a silk emerald blouse paired with ivory trousers. It feels elegant without trying too hard. Or picture yourself at a dinner party in a minimalistic emerald dress with a strand of pearls. The color does the talking, so you do not need heavy accessories. Even a touch of emerald through a scarf, earrings, or handbag can refresh your entire look. Let me share a personal story. At 66, I hesitated to wear such a bold shade. I thought it might overpower me. But last year, I decided to wear a simple emerald dress to my granddaughter's birthday celebration. The compliments were overwhelming. One of my friends whispered, "You look so radiant, it is like your skin is glowing." I realized it was not just the dress, it was how the color reflected light onto my face and gave me confidence. Have you ever had that moment when the right outfit makes you stand taller and smile brighter? However, there are a few things to keep in mind. Be cautious with overly shiny fabrics like thin satin, because they can highlight areas we may prefer to soften. Choose structured fabrics like silk, wool blends, or high-quality cotton that drape beautifully. And remember, emerald is powerful enough on its own. Keep jewelry simple. A pair of pearl earrings or a gold bracelet is often more than enough. So let me ask you, when was the last time you wore a bold color just for yourself, not because it was safe or expected? Could emerald green be the color that reconnects you with your inner vibrancy? The beauty of aging is that we get to redefine style on our own terms. Emerald green is just one example of how the right color can celebrate who we are today, not who we used to be. And once you start experimenting, you might be surprised at what other colors can do for you. 2. Rose pink and dusty rose. Softness, warmth, and the gentle glow. Rose pink and its softer cousin dusty rose are some of the most flattering shades for women over 60. As our skin loses some of its natural blush, these tones gently restore that warmth and bring a soft focus effect to the face. Instead of fighting age, they complement it with tenderness and refinement. Unlike bright neon pinks, these muted shades never scream for attention. They whisper elegance and highlight the best of our features. A dusty rose cardigan paired with white trousers feels light and graceful, perfect for a casual brunch or an afternoon with friends. If you prefer a more relaxed look, combine a rose pink scarf with a pair of classic blue jeans. That small touch of color near your face can lift your entire appearance. For evenings, a blouse in dusty rose under a tailored blazer adds a romantic, mature femininity without being overpowering. Even accessories count. A handbag or pair of earrings in this shade can brighten your complexion in subtle but powerful ways. Let me tell you about my own experience. At 68, I avoided pink for decades because I thought it looked too youthful or even childish. One day, my daughter insisted I try on a dusty rose top while shopping together. I hesitated, but I gave in. The moment I looked in the mirror, I saw something different. My skin looked smoother, my eyes seemed brighter, and I felt as if I had just come back from a spa retreat. Later that week, several friends told me I looked refreshed and well-rested. It was not the makeup or lighting, it was the power of color. Have you ever had a moment when a single outfit instantly changed how you felt about yourself? Not all pinks are created equal. Avoid neon pinks or overly saturated shades because they can feel forced and unnatural. Instead, choose tones with a gentle balance of blush and muted rose. These shades flatter fine lines, soft skin, and silver hair rather than competing with them. In fact, color consultants in 2025 continue to emphasize that soft pinks and mauves are among the top recommended hues for women with gray or silver hair because of their ability to soften the face and add harmony. When was the last time you experimented with a shade of pink? Did you feel more alive and approachable when you wore it? Sometimes we hold on to the belief that certain colors are only for the young, when in reality they may be the very shades that bring out our timeless beauty. Choosing rose pink or dusty rose is not just a fashion decision. It is a gentle reminder that softness and strength can coexist beautifully. And once you embrace these shades, you may find yourself open to exploring other colors that reveal different sides of your personality. 3. Navy blue, timeless elegance with a softer touch. For decades, black was the ultimate go-to color. It was slimming, chic, and dependable. But as we mature, black can start to feel harsh against softer skin tones and silver hair. Navy blue offers the same sophistication yet with a gentler finish. It reduces the stark contrast that often highlights fine lines and shadows. Instead of draining the face, navy has a depth that makes us look polished while still approachable. In recent style reports for 2024, fashion consultants have highlighted navy as one of the top 5 wardrobe essentials for women over 60. Navy is incredibly versatile and can be worn in almost any situation. Picture a navy blazer paired with an ivory blouse. It creates a crisp, professional look that works for lunches, meetings, or even casual evenings. A simple navy dress accented with a pearl necklace can easily replace the classic black dress for formal dinners. If you want a more elongated silhouette, navy wide-leg trousers paired with soft heels can add length and refinement without extra effort. Even casual pieces, like a navy cardigan over a white tee, look chic and age-defying. When I turned 65, I noticed that my once favorite black dress no longer gave me the same confidence it used to. At a friend's evening party, I felt it emphasized the shadows under my eyes more than I wanted. A month later, I tried a navy dress for another gathering. The difference was striking. Friends told me I looked vibrant and elegant, and one even said, "You look softer yet more powerful at the same time." That night I realized that navy was not just another color in my closet. It was a color that honored where I was in life, giving me dignity without making me invisible. Have you ever had a similar experience when switching to a softer shade made you feel more radiant? While navy is almost universally flattering, it is important to style it thoughtfully. Avoid pairing navy directly with black near your face, as it can feel heavy and overly dark. Instead, balance it with lighter contrasts. Think ivory, cream, or soft pink scarves, blouses, or accessories that brighten the area near your neckline. Navy also pairs beautifully with metallic accents, especially silver or pearl jewelry, which add light and sparkle without overwhelming the outfit. When was the last time you chose navy instead of black for a special occasion? Did you feel more comfortable, more elegant, or even more confident? Sometimes the smallest switch in color can change the way others see us, but more importantly, it changes the way we see ourselves. Navy reminds us that true style is not about clinging to what worked in the past, but about discovering new shades that reflect the wisdom and grace we carry today. And once you embrace navy, you may find yourself ready to explore other colors that surprise and delight you in unexpected ways. 4. Lavender. Softness, calm, and gentle radiance. Lavender has always been considered a feminine and soothing shade, but for women over 60, it takes on an even deeper meaning. This color has a special way of flattering silver or salt and pepper hair. It casts a gentle light on the skin, softening dark circles and minimizing puffiness under the eyes. Instead of emphasizing lines, lavender creates the illusion of freshness and serenity. It does not shout for attention. It simply makes you look calm, elegant, and beautifully at ease. When added to everyday outfits, lavender can become a reliable friend. A lavender sweater with ivory pants feels light, cozy, and refined, perfect for mornings when you want to look put together without trying too hard. A blouse in this shade paired with a gray blazer works beautifully for social gatherings or even a casual evening dinner. And if you are hesitant about going full lavender, a scarf in this soft purple tone near the neckline can brighten your entire face. That single accessory can make you look more awake and radiant. I remember a personal moment that made me appreciate lavender more than ever. At 65, I attended a community service at my local church. Normally, I leaned toward navy or beige, thinking they were the safe choices. That day, my granddaughter convinced me to wear a lavender blouse. I felt uncertain, but once I walked in, the compliments began. Friends told me I looked graceful, warm, and even youthful. One woman smiled and said, "You look so peaceful, like the color was made for you." That experience taught me that lavender is not only a flattering shade, it is a mood. Have you ever worn a color that instantly lifted not just your face, but your entire spirit? Of course, not every version of purple works the same. Very cool or grayish purples can make the skin look pale or washed out. The key is choosing lavender with a warmer or milky undertone. These shades add softness rather than sharpness. Many color consultants in 2025 highlight lavender as a top choice for women with lighter hair because it harmonizes beautifully with silver and softens the overall complexion. I often encourage women to experiment gently. Start with smaller pieces such as a scarf, a necklace with lavender stones, or even a handbag. Once you see how the color lights up your face, you may feel ready to invest in larger pieces like a sweater or a dress. Balance lavender with neutrals like ivory, cream, or soft gray for the most flattering results. Avoid pairing it with black right under the face, since that contrast can be too severe. So let me ask you, when was the last time you stepped outside of your usual palette and tried a new shade like lavender? Did it surprise you the way it surprised me? The joy of aging gracefully is that we can experiment, rediscover, and choose colors that tell the story of who we are today. And lavender is just one of many shades waiting to bring light and beauty into your wardrobe. 5. Soft turquoise. Freshness, balance, and universal beauty. Soft turquoise is often called a universal color because it flatters so many different undertones. Whether your complexion leans warm, cool, or somewhere in between, this gentle shade can bring harmony to your features. Unlike deeper jewel tones, it never feels overwhelming. Instead, it reflects a fresh, airy light that brightens the skin and adds calmness to the overall look. For women with silver or white hair, it creates a radiant contrast that feels lively yet serene. Imagine a silk blouse in soft turquoise paired with ivory or light beige trousers. It looks refined while still comfortable, perfect for a lunch date or an afternoon out. A scarf in this color worn close to the neckline can instantly lift the complexion, even without makeup. If you prefer something more subtle, try accessories like a handbag with turquoise accents or a pair of shoes in this shade. Each touch of turquoise adds brightness without demanding too much attention. At 63, I was hesitant to step out of my neutral comfort zone. I believed soft shades might not suit me anymore. Then a close friend gifted me a turquoise scarf. The first time I tried it, something remarkable happened. My face lit up, my eyes looked brighter, and my skin had a healthier glow, even though I had not applied any makeup that day. I wore it to a small gathering, and several people asked if I had been on vacation. Have you ever had that moment when one color makes you feel like the best version of yourself? That scarf became one of my favorite pieces because it reminded me that experimenting with color is never too late. While turquoise is versatile, the way you pair it matters. Avoid wearing it with deep black near the face, as the contrast can look too harsh and undo its softening effect. Instead, combine it with light neutrals, such as ivory, cream, or soft gray. These combinations let turquoise shine in the most flattering way. In recent 2025 fashion guides, stylists have noted that pastel-based jewel tones, like soft turquoise, are particularly effective for mature women because they add vibrancy without intensity. When was the last time you tried a shade that reminded you of the sea or the sky? Did it make you feel calmer, brighter, or even a little more confident? Sometimes a simple color shift can influence not only how others see us, but also how we carry ourselves. Soft turquoise is more than just a pretty shade. It is a reminder that freshness and balance can be part of our style at any age. And once we start with one color that brings out this glow, it opens the door to exploring even more possibilities waiting in our closets. 6. True red. Confidence, energy, and timeless glow. Few colors carry as much energy as true red. This shade is balanced, neither leaning too orange nor too purple, which makes it flattering for many skin tones. For women with silver or white hair, red creates a striking contrast that instantly draws attention to the face. It does not just add color, it wakes up the complexion and brings vitality to the entire look. Studies in color psychology continue to show that red is linked with confidence and self-assurance, and surveys from 2024 revealed that people perceive those who wear red as more energetic and charismatic. There are many ways to enjoy red without feeling overwhelmed. A crisp red shirt under a neutral blazer is perfect for both casual and semi-formal occasions. Red shoes or a scarf can add just the right pop of energy to an otherwise simple outfit. For makeup, a satin finish red lipstick can transform your look in seconds. The key is to choose a formula that adds life without being too matte or too glossy. And of course, a well-fitted red jacket or dress can be a showstopper when you want to make an entrance. For years, I avoided red because I thought it would draw too much attention. At 70, I leaned toward soft neutrals and pastels. thinking they were safer. Then, at a family celebration, I decided to try on a red jacket I had tucked away in my closet. The moment I put it on, I saw myself differently. My skin looked brighter, my smile felt wider, and I stood taller. My granddaughter looked at me and said, "Grandma, you look like you are glowing." Friends at the party kept saying I seemed full of energy. Have you ever had that moment when a single piece of clothing made you feel like you were shining from the inside out? Not all reds have the same effect. Shades that lean too purple can feel heavy, while those too orange can clash with mature skin tones. The most flattering option is a clean, balanced red. Color specialists in 2025 continue to recommend neutral reds because they complement both cool and warm undertones. When you choose the right red, it does not overpower you, it enhances you. When was the last time you wore red just for yourself? Did it make you feel more confident or more visible? Red is not about being loud, it is about being present. It tells the world that you still have passion, vitality, and strength. True red is not just a fashion choice, it is a reminder that confidence can be worn. And once you step into that power, it often inspires you to keep experimenting with other colors that highlight different sides of your personality. 7. Ivory and cream. Soft light and gentle elegance. Ivory and cream are often overlooked because many women think of plain white as the only neutral option. Yet pure white can feel harsh against mature skin, highlighting lines and uneven tones. Ivory and cream keep the brightness of white, but soften it with a touch of warmth. This subtle shift creates a glowing effect that flatters the face and highlights the neckline and jawline without looking stark. In fashion guides updated in 2024, stylists increasingly recommend cream tones for women over 60 as a way to achieve radiance without sharp contrast. These colors can work in every season and for many occasions. An ivory blouse combined with navy trousers looks polished and timeless, ideal for lunches, meetings, or even casual gatherings. A soft cream sweater paired with a dusty rose or lavender scarf adds femininity and warmth during cooler months. For summer, a linen dress in ivory feels breezy, fresh, and effortlessly elegant. Outerwear is another strong option. A cream trench coat can instantly elevate an outfit, giving both sophistication and approachability. When my hair turned silver, I noticed that bright white near my face made me look washed out. At 67, I decided to try a cream-colored blouse instead of my usual crisp white. To my surprise, it made my skin look softer and more even. The compliments were immediate. A friend said I looked as if I had just returned from a restful vacation. Another commented that my silver hair seemed to shine more against the cream shade. That simple change in my wardrobe made me realize how powerful soft neutrals can be. Have you ever experienced that moment when a tiny adjustment in color completely changes how people see you? Not all shades of white are the same. Pure white can be too strong, especially under bright lighting. The more flattering option is ivory or cream with a slight warm undertone. These shades reflect light in a way that softens the complexion. Accessories can enhance the effect even further. Pearls, nude-toned shoes, or handbags in cream create harmony without drawing focus away from the face. On the other hand, avoid pairing ivory with overly cool grays that may dull the overall look. When was the last time you tried wearing cream instead of white? Did it make you feel more illuminated or more comfortable? Sometimes a softer choice carries more elegance and maturity than the boldest shade. Ivory and cream remind us that radiance does not have to be loud. It can be subtle, warm, and deeply flattering. Once you embrace these tones, you may find yourself curious to explore other colors that highlight your natural beauty in ways you never expected. Expert tips for choosing and wearing colors. Different events call for different moods, and color sets the tone. For casual outings, soft shades like rose pink or lavender keep you approachable and fresh. For celebrations or evening dinners, bold colors such as red or emerald are unforgettable. In professional or semi-formal settings, navy and ivory provide polish and quiet confidence. Have you noticed how people treat you differently depending on the colors you wear? Gold jewelry pairs beautifully with emerald and ivory, while silver or pearls highlight the elegance of navy and lavender. Turquoise shines even more when combined with silver pieces. Fabrics matter as well. Silk adds luxury, cotton and linen keep things comfortable, and cashmere wraps you in timeless sophistication. Matching makeup with clothing makes a huge difference. A red lip with navy looks powerful, a nude gloss with ivory feels natural, and berry tones with emerald appear regal. I remember wearing a berry lipstick with my emerald blouse, and a friend said I looked radiant and full of energy. Colors, fabrics, and small details all work together. And once you see how these elements align, you will be ready to explore even more ways to refresh your style. After 60, beauty does not fade, it simply shifts. The right colors can bring back a natural radiance, making us look and feel younger without effort. These 7 shades are not about pretending to be someone else, but about celebrating who we are today with light, confidence, and grace. The lesson is simple. You do not need to replace your entire wardrobe. Start with one small piece close to your face, maybe a scarf, a blouse, or even a lipstick. That single choice can create a gentle lift, both in your appearance and in your spirit. So here is my invitation. This week, try one of these colors and take a before and after picture. Notice how your reflection changes and how your smile feels different. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more uplifting content and share your experience in the comments. Your story may inspire another woman to shine.